Hey everyone, we're back. I've changed my mind maybe. I don't think we want to fight this. Not yet anyway. We need a lot more Lenorns. I'm looking at this. I know last time I was talking about it, but I took a day, I sat on it while we played our elf action. And I thought about how many moonbeams these guys are going to have. How many stellar bolts we're going to get paralyzed with. And then I thought, what do we really have here? Well, we have this Black Deathcaster. But if we look at this army, like their magic resistance is super high. So disease is even going to... We can't even attrition play them where we lose this army in sacrifice of getting this one out of the game. That's probably not going to work. We're going to put this here as a distraction. Hopefully they'll go jump on that instead of attack us. We need a massive amount of stuff to take on this army. This is such a death stack. And, you know, it's not... These guys, keep in mind, like they did, I went and rewatched our old battle with our Gramps. These guys are going to... They have regeneration that they can cast on each other. And I don't know if any of them have it. I can't remember off the top of my head who did and who didn't, and if they got crippled or not. Because, you know, some of these... This guy has a wound. Some of them are doing... You know, they've recruited more of them even than they had before. But moonbeams, and they're going to regenerate themselves, and, you know, they're going to tick past poison. Meanwhile, right, I look at all this stuff. I look at this front line, and I'm like, okay, most of this doesn't look scary, like these beast bats, but these guys actually have a lot of HP. They'll set our Lenorns on fire, and then this guy's going to be difficult to kill for us. Not for them, but for us. So then you may ask, what is my plan? Well, my plan is, one, we need to get more Lenorns. We need to get this guy to level 3, or this lady to level 3, because she needs to have level 3 troll magic, and I'm gonna hope it's some more summoning, because I don't think these wolves are enough. 40 wolves, and, you know, they summon at the edges, which potentially what we want is them to summon back behind them. But I don't think that's gonna necessarily happen. What could also happen is they summon in the back line, and then we just have more useless stuff. We need stuff to attack these bats so that they can't get all their spells off, and we need it to happen quickly. Or we need to get our Lenorns there almost immediately, which I think requires so many of them in with a spellcaster backline. One thing I've thought about is the value of our mages, too. I've just been kind of staring at this game for like 20 minutes here, thinking about what our next moves are. And I thought, like, why the heck do I have my regenerating item still on Vano? This guy has, like, useless spells. One of them we don't want if we get into a fight, because Curse of the Wood is going to transform our own Lenorns if he hits them, and a lot of our trolls, which is not very helpful. He's actually almost sometimes, I think, a hindrance with this spell. We've seen it before in this game where it's caused us some issues. This one's not too good. We do want to throw this on a troll. I don't know why we'd keep that on him, unless he was in danger of getting attacked, but he's not. This one's garbage. This one's great. Soul Slay, Invade Mind, all very good spells. I don't know how reliable they're going to be, though, frankly, because, you know, it's very squishy. But... You know, we think of range on the spells. These guys are great with their range. They'll be able to help us in this future fight. All the summoning stuff is good. I feel like almost a lot of our trolls are a liability. Definitely want to get more lake trolls. That is a priority. Some of the lake troll warriors, if we see them, I hope they're a bit better. Have not seen them myself yet. We do want to get... some more units in this army going. We're going to take out the ballista. We're going to start moving towards her so she doesn't start running amok here. It looks like she's going for one of our gold streams or silver mines. I don't know if she will, but might as well cut that off at the head. Going to continue moving you down here. Meanwhile, we'll have Rain go take the swamp. He'll run around here, continue to make sure the troll forests stay in our possession, try and stop this horde. One thing we might want to do with you is to upgrade them and send them over here, but we need our fungi. One thing we're going to start doing is trading for fungi, because our restriction on Lenorns isn't gold, it's fungi. So, less gold, more fungi is my current objective. Although losing our castle will likely put an end to having so much money. But we'll see. Hopefully we don't get attacked. But I am certain they will likely take our castle. This guy got squashed. This is tough. He's gonna sit. Oh, he got whipped. Okay. There's plenty of attacks there. They did go for this stack of Wolfkin Reavers. Hopefully they weren't going to do that anyway, but that does slow their movement because they have to actually attack it. Forest Giant. Not particularly useful down here, I don't think. I guess they throw rocks, and they have good magic resistance, don't they? It's okay. Well, you know, the more the merrier down here. We have a big old army here. Now the question is, will they be able to trounce us if we attack this army? And I think the answer is probably no. Because I'm looking at this, I'm not seeing a lot. The one bad thing is if this guy has Greater Blessing, then he's going to cause us some guff. And really hurt us. I think we're going to take it, hoping he just has like moonbeams or something. Our Lenorns will do a pretty good job at taking this guy out. It leaves our castle vulnerable, but I have a feeling if we went in our castle and tried to fight this, we'd get just blasted to death because our units wouldn't be smart enough to run away or run outside the walls, which is desperately what they needed to do in a situation like this. And they'd also be congested because our units have a size that does not lend to fighting like that. We need to remember, we need to remember this guy up here, Mr. Vidar. Take this tent village and then go through the strange portal and hopefully retake our port. We still have this fire giant roaming here. Hopefully he runs into some of our dangerous stuff and gets whipped. I think if the fire giant dies, I don't think the fire elemental will roam. It might, but it's not that big of a threat on its own, unless it runs into exclusively poison stuff. So this, okay, all right. Oof. Okay, they do have Greater Blessing. And the reason I'm scared of that is because we know their Bless has a fire shield, and I'm worried about our Lenorns getting burnt up. I have a bunch of wolves in the back line. And that's kind of what we're hoping will happen when we go into the fight with his compatriot. Fortunately, it doesn't look like he's going to get a lot of fire shields off, because most of his stuff is going to get poisoned to death. Now, luck on these guys is super valuable. Stops a lot of attacks from hitting them. Pretty much only the fire shields. But that fire shield, I was looking at it prior to playing here. And I'm thinking, like, all those winged ocelots, or whatever they're called, the flying jaguar things this guy has in that other army, are going to set all our Lenorns on fire. And that's not going to be very good. And you can see how we do versus one of these guys. He doesn't even have regeneration. And I know a lot of them are going to have regeneration. It's absolutely, because we're not going to get to these back lines in the same amount of time we just did here. Oh, don't kill him. Please stay stunned. Or weakened, entangled. Thank goodness. If we had lost the castle, it would have been big oof. Okay, we didn't take a lot of wounds. This guy did take an actual wounds. That's actually... oh. That's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. We don't want him in our backline. He's gonna mess up our formation in a really weird way. What we could do is we could blitz him now. I hate that we just lost another Lenorm, basically. This is gonna be an easy defend. Forest trolls, goblins. Gonna run down this direction. Don't have quite enough herbs to recruit more stuff. So what do we want to do with this army? I think just getting them out of the way is the best idea. Like, look, he's gonna murder all our casters because he's dumb. We're not keeping him. Heimer will go do something else. We could send him against stuff like this. He'd die to this. I think he's just gonna go scavenge stuff. He could run through the jungle. Song reference there. And grab some stuff for us. Don't know where the ballista went, but we're gonna try and get her out of here. You're still moving. Let's shift around a little bit. Okay, you can go back through this gateway. You can grab your friends you left behind here and go take this port back. Oh, it's already been taken back by our free spawn. You can go kill this giant, although you may lose a troll doing it. It's definitely possible. Also probably want to eliminate those guys. Got a lot of hurt elementals in here. The earth ones aren't that big of a deal. Those, you know, the big old purple worms are a problem because I know they can swallow trolls. I think we've seen that. And anything that can swallow trolls is going to cause us an issue. Okay, this is an issue. I think they'll still win. That guy's going to go down, at least for a little bit. But the rock troll should certainly be taking up the front, because he's got the best armor. Forest troll, goblin archers. Okay. Not too shabby. I'm going to send this guy this way. I don't want to lose all... We'll probably just gain it back through our free spawn, but we don't want to have to rely on them for that. Get a forest troll here. We'll do some goblin archers here. I don't want the ballista getting out of her containment. I actually don't know where they went, but what I do see here is they have left a considerable amount of their little dudes here. Their stellar bolt guys. I'm not going to try and pronounce this. Tizamatilo. I'm not a person to pronounce things. Go somewhere else for that, people. I cannot provide that for you. Frosty? Okay, no. The snowman. What a name. Hake. It's kind of like a lot of the... I play a Crusader Kings 2 mod for A Song of Ice and Fire, and Hake is one of the Ironborn names that shows up a lot. Don't know what I mean by that. Don't worry, it's not a giant deal. It's just a reference. But if you don't know what A Song of Ice and Fire is, you should go read those books. And actually, you should read Fever Dream first, the vampire steamboat novel by George R. R. Martin. I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful book. I like most of his stuff, but Fever Dream is, I think, super accessible to people who haven't read any of his stuff and don't know if they want to engage on the whole A Song of Ice and Fire epic. Especially because people think it won't be finished, which that's a whole debate that I won't get into on the gaming channel. But I do enjoy his work quite a lot, regardless of anything else. So, yeah. So here we're gonna kill these things pretty easily. This is just free death for these guys, unless they come and grab us. Might actually go after. Okay, they've moved out of there. The dwarf swarm is just fighting 2 trolls. You'll see how good we are against dwarves. Now, dwarves do have a counter to us, which is their magic stuff. You get pretty feisty. Do I want to do a vision brew? I think I do. Okay. Ooh, they've separated. Why not grab some goblin archers? Some more garbage so that we can throw at the almighty horde here. I'm worried about them attacking us, but this seems too juicy to pass up. I mean, these are free kills. AI is making a poor decision here in lieu of trying to defend things. You know, this is where a human player would be like, I need to keep my death stack together. But the AI doesn't think the same way. We'll take this with Heimer, then take this Iron Mine. I'm attacking this first, because I don't want them to get too far away, then return after I've left. Is this a spider familiar? Yes, that'll have spells. I think this is winnable. It's winnable. Pretty certain. Do another vision brew here. God. Just look at this ridiculous amount of just trash. Ugh. I really wish we could get our earthquake guy in on this. I don't think we'll lose this fight, weirdly enough, because they're, in a tight space like this, they don't have a lot of archers. My one concern is the level 3 Dark Prayers. That's why we want a line of giants to take her out relatively quickly. But, then our giants will go die against all this. But the trolls will only go through the gate, and when they're going through the gate, they're fighting long-term poison damage. And up until you get here, well, they'll get swarmed in the back, right? The gate will actually assist them when things are moving towards them. Now, my concern is I think a lot of this stuff might just pop out of the gate, and then we're fighting square against square. And we don't do as well there because we can get swarmed. Unless we have quite a few people. Now, we have a lot of people in this army. I don't think it's enough yet. I think we're going to go here. We're going to grab a bunch of trolls as they come up and do that whole business. You can go here, and grab this. We'll just continue to kill these things that are sitting on our troll forest. This is actually a regular forest now. Is it always a regular forest? Oh, there's a perpetual storm casting here. We're going to step on that. We do want to eliminate that. This should go smoothly. There's some big old casting spells. We'll regenerate that festering wound. We have a Lenorm here. Don't need to watch that. Gotta go step on that perpetual storm and make them waste all their gems. So the good thing about this is their line is so short that this guy's going to get poisoned up. Now, he might regenerate, but he's already got 26 poison damage, so he's hurt. He's not long for this world. Neither are his stellar casters. Just a chest wound, okay. Battle fright is what we want to avoid. It makes these guys more dangerous for us than the enemy. Although we still lose Wolfkin Reavers and things like that. Attacking one of our free spawn. Is that a witch? Did I just see a witch? Hold on, I need to check my eyes. It might have been just a dark sorceress or something. Oofed. Oofed him here. Doesn't look like the Priest King is gonna attack us down there. Weird how that guy sits there for a second before he attacks. Getting attacked by some clouds, not a big deal. Forest troll, regular troll, a bunch of crossbowmen. This guy's gone further away, meaning we can kill more of his stuff and just take our things back, which is not something I'm upset about whatsoever. It's such a risky endeavor. We see a perpetual storm, we'll kill it. That's not there anymore. It's nice to get rid of. I swear to God we troll forest these. Maybe it was the fire that knocked it out. I don't know. Maybe we never did. I can't remember. We want to stay away from this guy, my God. And now he's got a fire warlock. Oh God, these anthills. Oh God, anthills. Oh, these are from the Scourge Lord. Okay. He could have had the Ant Armageddon. We do okay against the Ant Armageddon, though. We have free spawn that can combat their weird ant shit, so we could go cast that and be pretty okay. This is a little rougher. I think they'll still be fine. We can get another forest giant down here. I think we'll do that. Because we got some troops here, and the ballista keeps wandering out. We just want to make sure we're here to put her in line. When we can. And we have a recruit priority over here of a troll. Could get some crossbowmen. I'm not too enthused about that idea. We have an Ember Warrior with us. We do have plenty of casters here that'll help. I think we're going to want maybe just enough trolls to push back another line and a full line of giants, which is going to take a while, but this is not a small army. Forest giants are cool. I didn't recruit it here because, I want giants in this army, but I want them to go be able to kill the ballista before she can get stuff off. We could also go run this... No, he's got battle fright. Well, we could still run him against this army. That could be his last bastion fight. We could just throw him against that and hope he poisons her, because then she'll probably die. But he's going to run straight, so I don't think he will unless he gets lucky with his breath and hits the sides. But he's probably not going to focus on them. We could send him and a couple trolls. Or him and a couple giants might be a better idea. Sacrificial attack to deal with that stuff. We'll see what we got cooking. We'll see what we have cooking. Grab some more forest trolls. We're going to run down here, and then I think this army... No, that is a dark sorceress, right? Black sorceress, yeah. Please hit this button and teleport this whole army. That would be very kind of you. Down by the Priest King, I don't know if we want to upgrade our caster to level 3 or get a Norm. Level 3 caster could just come up with something real good. Or we could just get another Black Death caster and be real sad. If we haven't seen the level 3 library, even though we're in the age that I find it to be one of the most common times for the library to show up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, I'm irritated. Illwinter, please don't let this happen. Oh, please come back to life and regenerate when you die. Well, we just lost our Invade Minecaster for the Ice Druid and our Animist in this thing. Maybe our Animist was already dead. He might have died when we did this before. Why would they format like this? I'm thinking it's because this guy's HP is so low now. We're dropping this Orm here. Come on, Pyromancer, come back. That's so much gold just for nothing. Oh, he's dead. God damn it. Yep, there's all our casters. Winter, why would that happen? Explain it to me. Why the formation would occur like that. Usually they space out enough to at least they won't be right next to him. Okay, this guy's dead. He'll probably, Oh, he's getting confused. Don't turn to their side, please. He's running away. Oh, he's confused. I was gonna say he might kill some of these things, but that doesn't look likely. He's been stunned to death. Maybe kill a bat? Yeah, he killed a bat. Poor guy. Okay, this giant should be dead from this. I can't imagine he survives. Especially when the fire elemental is acting dumb. Yep, he's dead. Fire elemental survived, but our free spawn can wrap that up pretty decently. Apparently we're in the sky. Hold on. We need to go look at that, actually. Where are we in the sky? Oh, we just ran up a mountain spire. It's fun. They might be up there themselves. We should go look and see if they've cast Perpetual Storm anywhere else. What's on this? Poison Wand. I wonder why these guys are sitting here. But I think we're going to run out of here now that we've got rid of the Perpetual Storm. I don't know what we're going to do with these guys. Oh, I'm so irritated by this. I guess we'll level 3 our other caster for now, because that just changes a lot of our plans. Oh, he needs a swamp. Oh, shit. I didn't think about that. And there's no swamps around here whatsoever, so no level 3 caster. I guess Lenorm's it is. Lenorm. Okay. This guy's all the way up here, though. Ooh, a Lake Troll Warrior. I don't think we've seen this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so they have a Coral Blade now. And 2 armor instead of 1 armor. Oops, clicking the wrong guy. They have anything else interesting going on? Not crazy. They have higher morale. Okay. And just like the other Lake Trolls, these guys don't suffer from fire vulnerability, which means these are going to be very good. We want an army of these against the Warlock. Right in the front lines with our Lenorms. So we're not taking a bunch of fire damage, although lightning and stuff does probably just about as much, although less likely to hit. They're like a human troop in terms of magic resistance, so... Or most human troops, I should say, because there's a lot of different kinds. I want to see what's over here, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to Vision Brew. I think this is all there is, unfortunately, and I'm not too enthused by the gold stream to go sacrifice a bunch of dudes. Better we send our big troll army. I know I said I was going to leave the Orms here, but we'll keep the Orms until we get more human casters, then we're throwing the Orms out of the formation. See, this is how it's supposed to happen, and we're not supposed to have a line of mages directly behind them. But I think in combination with the siege and stupidity, they ran into it. I don't know why Illwinter can't make it so that your own troops who can't regenerate don't run next to these guys or have poison resistance. It seems like an easy thing to code in my mind, like X avoid Y, you know? X stay one tile away from Y in all circumstances. There should be no circumstance in my mind where your mages willingly line themselves up in a poison aura, but that's just my 2 cents. Maybe it's somehow my fault, and you will tell me in the comments, but I'm not sure how that happened. Potentially. Okay. Gonna think about what's next. Lost all of our mages. Just can't stop thinking about it. I have, okay, Do we have all our magic libraries? We actually don't. Got annoying ghosts and things, I think, running around still. Well, Vidar can go retake this, go up here, then circle around to our magic libraries. We have this force giant chilling here. We're going to want to build up a large force of stuff. I don't think this is any of the things we'll need. Build an... Oh, we already recruited there. Build an ogre here. We'll vision brew over here. Maybe recruit another Lenorm. I need level 3 casters in that army, though, so... We have a level 3 troll priest up north. Hopefully, or troll shaman. We should focus on getting more troll shamans whenever they come up, which has always been the expectation for a while now, but they just do need to show up. Skip this. I do think it's a good idea to take out the Priest King first. He seems to be the more reliable kill here, I think, compared to the big old Warlock, which the spells on our regular trolls are just going to do quite a bit. And by regular, I mean everything but the lake trolls. Could grab a goblin hero. Could grab us some, not herbs, I keep saying herbs, fungi from this stuff. Let's do our vision brew. Okay, looks like there's just some more dwarves and a single coal mine back here. Willing to let them continue their little stomping, because I don't want to lose anything dealing with that. Stygian Bath won't help us too much. All of these units have Fire Shield now and all that stuff. Another Lenorm. This guy could go around and swoop dwarves down. Since this army's up here, I think that's something we'll do with him. He should be able to kill plenty of this stuff just fine. We won't go after... Well, I take that back. We may have just put him into his death, because this is a lot of guys, and they have Arbalest. Although almost all of them will get poisoned, and they don't have high HP pools, so we'll see about that. But he will take some damage against an army like that for sure, at least. You can go this direction. We have Stygian Bath and stuff like that, huh? I want to go kill this and take that town back, but I know there's a Warlock army sitting around the corner. I need to be on the lookout for perpetual storms in places. Try and take them out. Other than that, though, we could call the old forest down here. A bunch of this forest got burnt down. Or killed by this stuff, these pillars. Is the Scourge Lord still in the game? Jamal. I imagine he's just sitting back here, so, and maybe having the same issue as the ballista. No, I think we've seen 3 factions, haven't we? Jamal, I know the weird name on there with the C is the, not the weird name, the C name on there is the, Priest King. Could check those units and look at their commanders and see if one of them is called Jamal. That's unfortunate. Those guys won't be able to do much. Goblin Shaman, a troll. Okay. Big stack ran this way. Oh, so there's... Okay. There's another dwarf queen. That explains the insane amount of dwarves. They're coming back for our castle. But I think we're just going to have to mostly give it to them. What we could try is to get another level 2 summoner of creatures. That didn't... Oh, yeah, he's got hedge magic. Never mind, that wasn't going to work. That's fine. We'll keep him around. He'll run with the lake troll up to our army. Getting away from here, because this is the death zone when he comes down. We'll continue our summoning of Lenorms, try and get a critical mass of them. Now we have less casters, though, so that's all befuddled. All of a sudden, I feel my temple kind of like slowly scrunching as I feel the stress of losing those mages. I hate to be a complainer, but that is a very bad loss. If it's my fault, it's my fault, but I find it very strange. Oh dear God, okay. I'm almost sending Rain almost to his death back here. I want to get a look at what's the Scourge Lord's got going on. Maybe tear some of this stuff down if possible. Okay. It's pretty clean. He'll take some hits, but he'll poison through most of this. Dwarves are particularly susceptible. Big human armies, stuff like that, falls very easily to the Lenorms. Scrunch these guys. Again, our frontline regular troll will die as our rock troll comes in to finish the job. Regular dwarves here trying to take on a Lenorm is not going to work. Hate to tell them that, but it will not work. We're going to skip this. It's not very fun to watch those kind of battles where we just lose stuff unnecessarily to the clouds because our trees can't move. They don't got no legs. It's very sad. Very sad, Mindus. Looks like here's cleared most of this out so far. There's also that silver mine. Man, this is a valuable place to be. We run this direction. I don't want this guy getting swarmed by dwarves. He has a lake troll, though, so hopefully he'll be okay. We'll take this army. Don't have any guys who are going to die to the Lenorms again if it does weird things. See, why is it scrunching the Lenorms? Because now this guy's actually in trouble now that I think about it. Why is he being allowed to touch this? This is strange. And then the mages filled in here last time. I'm curious what the priority and the ranking system is that did that. It's probably because mages in these kind of battles, they're looking for range guys who can hit the front, which is usually a good thing, but not when you have a big poison stack in the front. It should always override. I know they all didn't have Death Wish. That would be a funny way to watch them all die if they had Death Wish. We could run this guy down south. Oh, and he's got Slumber of Stones. Ooh. Actually, now that I think about it, we're going to take all these dudes. And this is going to finish off the ballista. And we need to do that because we need to free up our armies. But that'll put a head there. This has the giants we need with the Ettins. We'll try and recruit maybe a couple more here if possible. But they'll run in first and take care of this. Then we'll wipe the rest. Got our library back. Which, we have plenty of libraries. We should be getting more mercenary mages here and there, but they're just not showing up. Hasn't been that many turns, though, so what year are we on? Year 16. Okay, not too crazy. We'll take out a single dwarf queen. This is this guy, and will he die? Not yet. But he's still sitting in the poison. Because our Lenorm is getting tremored. I think poor Devar will die. Losing the Shovel of the Old King on him. This should be clean. He'll take hits. But now we have a silver mine, which is nice to grab. So we're going to be getting a lot of gold out of that. As soon as the Priest King runs away again, hopefully he'll drop more of his really dangerous stuff to us and we can take him out. Oh, this is kind of what I was worried about. I mean, he'll attrition down this dwarf stack. He will die. This guy will die probably too. He's, you know, he doesn't have his sweep is the big thing here, so he tends to get swarmed more than our other trolls against dwarves. Yep, we lost a warrior. Very unfortunate. Totally preventable. But, you know, those things happen. Okay, we're going to leave these orms behind. One of them's going to die, and the other, I just don't want orms anymore. I feel like they're messing up our formation because they're in a weird place. Because disease and HP lost have run them to the back. I think specifically that happened because of that. And, you know, there's other weird things happening, like these guys are big HP pools, and all of a sudden this giant unit goes to the back. I think it front-forwarded our mages more than they were supposed to be. I think maybe they were supposed to be, like, right here, and it moved them, because they couldn't be here anymore, it moved them even further forward or something. That's my estimated guess. 83 hit points. You should be able to clean these guys up. He'll take more hits, maybe take a wound, but hopefully not. And that way grain can bring us a prosperous harvest. As I give another terrible pun. Okay. We'll leave this all behind. Sig Tree should be able to take this out pretty well. You're going to move this way. I don't know particularly what we're doing with you yet. Maybe just doing some light raiding or something. Like we've been doing with this guy. Okay, yeah, the Scourge Lord is still in the game. Oof. We want to get back here and old forest these so we can start making sure that more ants don't pour out. Specifically queens. Because they will get out of hand. Although Perpetual Storm is running over here too. So that might take care of some stuff. You can start his journey down this way. Some archers here. We have plenty of gold right now. But we're looking for our valuable units to spend it on, not cheap garbage. Try and catch that guy next turn. See a little bit of the Scourge Lord. He might attack us. Don't know if he just ran out of movement there or not. Losing that. We have some big plans. Skip that again. Just Goblin Spearmen, huh? Black Sorceress is moving towards us. Try and scare her with hit points from taking this old forest if she comes near it. Get over here. Could go take this. Ourselves an iron mine. Our Lenorm can continue his trek to kill all these dwarves that are wandering around. We could kill these dwarves. Why not? But, you know, the mages should be... God, I just can't get over it. You need to get over it. I need to tell myself that. This will happen sometimes. I'll get into a repetition about something, and I'll stew about it for a while. So please forgive me. I'm aware it's not a good thing. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. I want my gold mine. I miss it so much. Look at all that money we could have. Although, right now, we're not getting any of the units we really need. We still have rain to move. We'll move this way just to avoid getting attacked. We can't control all these. I just want to get back here and see what's the haps. Almost with rain. This army should be fine. Most of the trolls will just tank for the forest giant, and it is. Little mankin trying to attack. Those guys, I think, specifically are when humans die in our old woods. I think that's why we see less of them. Or their spawn rate is just ridiculously low. Can't remember which is correct, but one of those two. Pretty sure it's the human remains thing. Or just demi-humans, even. Not animals. Still trying to kill that. Is that here that it's happening? No, where is that? Must be maybe here-ish? Over here? Maybe both have been attacked? Not sure. See, this is a regular forest now. I think they are unconverting these through having big fire stuff or something. Because usually when we lose them, they stay the same. Maybe over time they go back? I don't know. I don't lose those forests very often to where they stay gone forever, because we tend to recapture them with the massive amount we get. So we've killed most of these dwarf stacks. This guy's running up here, so we don't really have to worry about him right now, which is very, very nice. And focus on building up. Okay, we have another rain. The beast, because the other one is a giant. Not a lot of recruitables again. I guess we'll get some ogres just to pad out the ranks. Keep us a little safer. Or we'll just keep it in here, maybe. We'll keep a lot of this in here for the fight. We don't need the ogres. They'll just die if they ever get in. They do have a sweep, don't they? Yeah, they sweep well, as well. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to throw in these giants with the Ettins. Hopefully they're going to line up properly. We might have to send a suicidal force in, if not, and do that. Which will be unfortunate, but it seems like the two best bets are, if they don't line up properly, to throw them in and try and get them to kill the ballista, Queen of Darkness herself. Then we'll have a port, which won't give us a lot. But, you know, we're taking what we can at this current juncture. We're not that well off. Rain's going to move this way. I'm a little suspicious of what this creature is doing, this black sorceress. Nope. Can't win that one. We'll kill some more dwarves. Further thinning the herd. Or the colony, I suppose, because they're more like ant-like. Okay, they've run into one of our old forests. Oh, this is value. Oh, this is what I love when they don't run with a scout, and then this lady is going to die. Oh no, she's not dead yet. Kill her! Get her! Poison her! No! Yes! Okay. Whew. Oh, that's super value. Now they're stuck there too. That's what you get for running into our forest, and we can think about how to deal with them over time. Okay. We'll go take these. Oh god, never mind. That's a big old encampment. But this is a forest we could old forest mess with. We can't really old forest the jungles, I don't believe, so not really dealing with that currently. I find Golden Noose so unuseful. I think generally you can wander and find the mines. It's for long-term planning, it could be useful sometimes, but I just don't use it very often. We want to get some shamans and start running them into the enemy regions here. It's one of the things I would like to happen. And casting Old Force on some of this stuff. It's a little risky. We'll probably lose a lot of them, but that's the hope. We have more units than this, but these guys will destroy everything in here. This is all cheap goblin garbage. These guys are just here to be scary, and because we have so much excess gold right now, we could start trading for more fungus, since we have this reserve. Till we get our good unit summon, our good unit opportunities. Oh, good. Took a cloud out. God, that stack just is so frightening. That's going to be what you guys are really going to want to tune in for, I think. That and the Priest King's big army. Which I don't know. I've lost track of it. Hopefully they're going to fight that big Warlock stack, and we don't ever have to deal with it. Okay. I doubt any of this was desert before. Rain's going to go tear down some pillars and be real irritating to the Scourge Lord. Well, some of this is out of our grasp. We'll try and be a little bit of a nuisance. Gran should go rejoin this army, probably. We have a hill giant and a troll. I think we'll do the hill giant, and we'll move in towards the port, guys. It's happening. It's happening. The big ballista fight. You know, one of you commented, I was talking about, like, discretion is the better part of valor. I don't think I said that specifically. I said something like how Valorant is not engaging. And here you're going to see us actually manifest, you know, that whole idea of discretion not being the better part of valor in this case. Or maybe we did because we took so long to do this. Ooh, hold on. How do we plan to kill that? That's a question that's important. Okay, we have invade mine and mine burn. Okay, and acid sprays. Okay, that is how we plan to kill that. Ooh, do we actually have enough giants? This guy's all diseased and he's sitting in the back line now. And I don't know what our approach is going to look like necessarily. And we need this ballista to die. That is just so frightening to me. We could try and get a Lenorm over here, actually. It's something we could definitely do. That might be the go-to. Get another troll in this army. Not super necessary, but strength in numbers, all that old sayings. Could wander through the jungle. You're going there. Is there anything else? Vidar's going this way. That's useful, grabbing that mine. Maybe harass some of the Priest King stuff afterwards with Vidar, as he nobly fights the enemy. Oh god, there's a Dwarven city up here. And our free spawn have made it all the way up here, which is interesting. They've run up there and are now taking forest tiles for us. If we had our shaman up there, that would be good. Convert some of that stuff. He could have ran up there potentially, but we were trying to get him back. They've run more of their stuff out. Interested to understand. I think they're trying to get to an island or something with their big stack. I've seen this bug before, where big armies like that will just sit in there, even if we approach them and could win a fight. And they could win a fight, potentially. An Ice Witch. And we'll kill this. This is very simple. Level 2 Frost Magic. Who do we want that on? I mean, we're going to need people to replace the Pyromancer. Oh, and you have poison resistance. How fitting. Oh god, but you got the exact opposite of I think the spells we need. You are a danger to fucking society. My god. Okay. Alright. For those of you that don't know, this will just hurt us very badly. It will kill her and everyone who doesn't have regeneration. Speaking of which, who got the Hydra armor? Is that still kicking? You guys have armor slots. It should still be here somewhere. Where the heck did it go? I see the crown. There it is. Okay. Little tiny dude. You get the Hydra armor. Your poison resistance. You shouldn't die now. We actually could. We'd kill all our goblins and a bunch of free spawn. We could throw that on the Freezy and Hailstorm stuff on her. But they have higher magic resistance than us, so it'd probably just hurt us more, even though our trolls regenerate past it. I don't think that's the best idea, even if it could work. Continue to block off these dwarves with Lenorm. Lenorm in this army could be beneficial. Do you have the spell is another question I have for you. You don't. You have Orms. You don't have Lenorms. And we can't get the ritual. Oh, but Orms are giant-sized, right? Yeah. Yeah, that could work just as well. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, we'll get an Orm, even though I usually don't like to. Oh, that's the wrong caster. And that way, we'll fill up our ranks with giant-sized units, and this should work fine, I think. This guy's a little hurt. But then we start the ridiculous army march, because this army looks ridiculous on paper, but it serves a specific purpose versus this, which is to kill this lady and then to kill the rest of the stuff very easily. And I'm pretty confident she'll get hit, as long as they make it to the wall. I don't know exactly what spell she has. I don't want her to summon in Baal and then have to deal with that. So that's probably pressing to deal with. I don't know how many sacrifices she's built up sitting here. I don't know how much she's spending on all this junk. But we'll be seeing here. I do wish our astrologer had star showers. That'd probably be better for this fight. Foresight's going to be nice. It's going to luck out a bunch of our stuff. Hopefully he'll cast it on our trolls so that they're not getting as much damage. Invade Mine's good. Slumber of Stones, I think, is going to do a decent amount of work against the bugs. Most of them I don't think are mindless, although their backline stuff might be. No, these have mines. Okay. It's ants, tiny ants that are mindless, generally. Okay, they're moving this army here. Strangely enough, I think we might go fight that just so they don't grab their stack. And this is wildly inefficient, and likely a lot of goblins are going to die. But, hey. Let's see if 173 of these units can take out 170, or whatever number, 70-ish of them. 80? Clouds are going to hurt a lot. Really, this is just overwhelming them with things. We'll also throw some boulders in the beginning. Or later in the fight, once our ranks get back. I have no illusion that these guys are going to get hit and die very often. So we have our little Suicide Squad there. By the way, very good movie, Suicide Squad. I like that a lot. Aww. 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 And we don't have the restoration ability that the Dryad, I think, has. The Druid? I think the Druid might have it. I don't think the Dryad has it, now that I think about it. It's probably the Druid that has that. I'm going to cast a Vision Brew. Okay, she isn't here. Or he isn't here. I think this is looking to be more than 6, although I think we're on our 5th episode, so maybe we could finish it in the next one. I don't know, though. I think our L... I can't tell which one's looking more complete. Our L run or this one? So this is just more for my interest, because this stack has been sitting here for so long. As long as we kill their commander, I'll consider this a success, because we'll have trapped another army. I don't know if that'll happen, though. As you can see, our goblins are particularly bad at fighting. Attrition fights. No! Oh, goodness. So this is how bad goblins are, guys. This is why I don't use them very often. Now, you have an archer line behind them, it does a little bit more. You have a big mage core. But usually, they'll just die. It won't do much. Oh, God. Oof. This was a particularly... He went up against much larger swarms of those guys and did perfectly fine. Okay, so now they have another army down here. We'll be sure to recruit more garbage there to defend. This is a nice little attack by these trees. They'll kill that. That's dead. This is questionable. What's taking up a lot of time, too, is our free spawn fights. Usually we just don't hold on to forests like that. Ooh, a troll shaman. Okay. That is a buy. Let's make sure we have a decent amount of units just sitting... Oh, you already recruited there. Sitting here. Where do we want our troll shaman? We want them in some place safe, but also by a swamp. Next turn, Yu's going to come in here and attack. Maybe we'll get one more Orm, just to make sure we have a full... No, that's... It's not really another space for them, so we won't do that. Although it would make sure if we lose anything that maybe they file in and kill whatever's left. We'll take out this. Next turn should be the end of the ballista, and that should be the end of our episode. Probably. Have a lot of things in the works. A lot of things going okay, comparatively to the past. We're going to be super irritating to this guy. Oh, he's got a town. We could take this. Take this town from him. Destroy more of his pillars. Start getting rid of the Scourge Lord, although I don't think they're our biggest threat right now. They have a cloud castle. Really, it seems like we just probably would open space for our enemy to come in. You know what I think we could do? We have a swamp up here. Our Troll Shaman can come in here. We could get a bunch of Hoburgs. You know, I've probably been underestimating how many Hoburgs I should have been throwing out. Given they have better magic resistance and we better against all of our threats right now that have high magic resistance and high magic paths. Or just lots of magic in their magic. Okay, we have one of the Scourge Heralds coming after us. Oh, is this gonna happen again? No, okay, it's just a little guy. He's gonna die. Yep. I was hoping their commander would get nicked again, and that would have been nice to strand his army so he couldn't move. An Ice Druid, that's almost useless, but we'll spawn him here for funzos. Get a troll here too. Start building up an army to deal with this. Oh my god, he got the Eye of the fucking Old One. Well, we want to get this on a troll, which means we need to suicide him at the same time somehow. God, that's... Ugh, it's irritating to get this on him. Oh. Eye of the Old One is a good item. His spells are not great at all for what we're dealing with. But we'll move our Troll Shaman over here. He'll get some upgrades going. That might take a minute, because I think we are not... no, it won't, because we're not going to spawn that Orm. We're going to attack. You can see we have an Etten heading straight for her, so as long as he makes it there, he'll do good. Which she has probably 1 or 2 spells she can cast that might prevent us from doing that, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Why not sure up this fight and throw Stiggy in? I call him Stiggy. That's not actually his name, but I'm used to saying Stiggy, again, because of the Crusader Kings 2 mod. A lot of these names are shared with that mod, probably because they're either Norse or Germanic, which is kind of seemingly what the trolls are based off of, some of that folklore. Yeah, why not? We'll kill this tower. And you can join this army for now. Your wounds actually aren't the ones we're worried about. And we'll figure out what to do with this. More Vimund is guarding this area. This might be the end of the episode. I don't know how long I want to go yet. Continue to trade at overcost. I think that's all she wrote. I think... Oh, shit. We forgot about our giant over in the Scourge Lord, guys. That's okay. Okay, we got some siege stuff happening. We're going to do more work on them probably than they do to us. Might lose a giant, though. We got hit pretty roughly with a siege bolt. Ooh, our Orm got hit too, but this stuff is really just to kill the ballista. That's good. That means there's less of a chance our Etten gets grabbed by him. Oh god, she needs to die. Bloodletting's gonna hurt. Although that'll kill a shit ton of her stuff. I actually almost hope she casts that first. Doesn't kill our mages because they have high magic resistance. Takes out plenty of her level, like, little stuff with the 1 HP. She's actually probably more deadly to them than us, although I don't want to lose my mages. I want to throw them against the Warlock later. Elder Shaman summoning Monster Toad. She's calling large spiders in front of her, which is bad because they're gonna entangle our guy. Fuck. Fuck it to me, Mario. Okay, that didn't work at all. Lashes of Death, doing the extra effect. And she's prioritizing it instead of bloodletting, smartly. This could be bad. That's one of the spells that can tear us apart. Because it can do 1,000 damage in a hit. Yikes! Okay, we have a whole bunch of garbage coming up. Just need to make it to her, but all her stuff is running past her now. Come on, cast bloodletting. You know you want to. Some big-ass monster toads. One's running away. This thing needs to get hit with some spells. We need our mind burns going off on you. So they are invulnerable to everything else. And will just cause us fear guff in the meantime and make our trolls run away. We're making it closer to the Priestess. You know, sometimes unexpected things will happen. Okay, a bunch of her stuff is asleep. We don't have wall climbing, though, so we're just kind of stuck below here. Ooh, she took a wound. Okay. Not what we need. Or did she have that? She got hit with something. Okay, looks like when we were looking down here, you guys will have seen when that thing got mind burned or attacked by something else. It's starting to go our way. We have Murders of Crows, yes! You're that caster, aren't you? No. Where are you? Somewhere in here there's a shaman casting Murders of Crows, and that is saving us. I can't find... Well, they're somewhere in this army, unless they got lashed of death. But they're summoning crows, so they might... Oh, that's actually you! Oh, you're wonderful. There you are. I forgot you were a tiny little witch doctor. How valuable was that? Okay. This is going much better now. But, as you can see, our formation's all messed up. We've gotten a scorpion because he's invading minding. Although it's probably diseased. We have a disease caster firing. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of our trolls to those lashes of death. Puts us in a tougher position here. I think we'll still probably win because of things like sleep and our big spells that are going to hit them, and, you know, these things have no magic resistance. But definitely more of a deadly fight than we anticipated. Some of our free spawn finally finds its way in here. Now we just have to kill all of this. Oh, God. Okay, so not a bad outcome so far. Definitely different than we expected. That was one of the spells we were worried about. She was smart enough not to kill her own army, which Illwinter's done a much better job of doing that recently, having the AI not do that than it used to. There's times where I've had entire stacks. I can't remember how far back it was. It was many years ago where I've had entire stacks of stuff taken out by map-wide casters. Lashes of Death. Oh my god. Absolutely brutalized this side of our army. We did recover, though. Fortunately for her, we had Murders of Crows. It spawned a stupid amount of them. Now all this stuff is locked. And that will do a lot better against getting swarmed. We're going to lose our Forest Giant. Poor guy. Siggy will be his forever nickname. Now this stuff is actually, as it goes onto the walls here, is actually going to have trouble. I wish our poison-resistant toads would come up here more. But it seems to be prioritizing our trolls, but these are lucky trolls, so they're a little bit better. They'll still get poisoned, though. Half of all attacks are missing them with luck. A little different, I think, than the Dominions effect works. I think luck in Dominions just means a unit attack that would kill you, otherwise wouldn't, so it's not... Luck would be, like, redundant on regenerating trolls up until, like, the last hit, which it wouldn't matter at that point, frankly, or it just wouldn't be as valuable versus, like, the Murders of Crows if they had luck in Dominions. I could be wrong, and that's how Twist Fate works in Dominions. I'm not a big Dominions player. I watch a lot of it, so my second-hand knowledge is working there. I have played I take that back in terms of saying I haven't played a lot. I haven't played a lot thinking about it. I played in my free time on single player and just, like, mess around and do funny stuff. You know, like transforming and white maging all my casters. I'm talking about other stuff here because you can see how this is going. We're winning, but it's gonna take a while. Fortunately, Murders of Crows are also tiny, and when they get lucky, that means lots of attacks are missing. That's why these Murders of Crows are living so long. Don't underestimate them if you have a luck caster. You can make Murders of Crows pretty dangerous against this kind of garbage. Because these guys are also tiny, but you know, only need a little damage to hurt them too. Lots of invade mines on the little scorpions and things. We'll see if anything comes back from a regeneration. I think the Lashes of Death things that got hit are just dead. Probably some of the poison stuff might return, but this was the ballista. We've done it. I was correct in that this army could win. It did win in an unexpected way, though. With our murders, the Murders of Crows, the fury of the tiny little crows really saving us at the end, rather than our giants. Our giants were really just cannon fodder. We lost all of them almost immediately. And then our Orm didn't last very long either. But that's all she wrote for Mara. The High Priestess is gone. This should be fine. This guy's gonna get hit a little bit. Unfortunately, they've lined up strangely. Or not strangely, he's trying to throw his boulder, so he got closer. But, yeah, easy enough. Took him out. I think he had that wound before. This is sad. Probably preventable. But my fun time got in the way. They will lose most of this army. Their lightning stuff is probably going to take the day, though. Because it's going to shoot down all our stuff. But as these guys come in, they'll get decayed and stuff. Our druid will die relatively quickly. Although he's got that great regenerating item. Now, though, that they have that item, we can send our one of our troll shamans to kill this army with a big stack. So that's dead. Hopefully they don't burn that down. I don't think that army had anything, but they've been doing that. Burning down our woods. Okay. Oh my god, okay. We got a lot of stuff now we can grab. We need to go get this back. And our free spawn might go grab it for us, but we're not going to rely on that. Immediately, my first move is to make you a level 3. Clamor and Clang is terrible. Giant Toads ain't bad. Not a terrible one. Enchanted Sleep, Curse. We'll throw in Dread Monsters instead. Rest of this we'll just keep. Dread Monsters is pretty good. Not so good against most armies, but it would do well against this. Most of the stuff can be feared. And these guys actually have particularly low morale compared to their magic resistance. But we need to go get troops for this army. So Braj will go down here and start collecting troops in the Old Forest and whatnot. Probably recruit at both. We do have an army freed up down here. We'll probably end the episode soon. I can't promise a lot of action coming forward here, but we'll see. Lost all of our giants. Makes this actually a much more reasonable army in terms of size. Didn't lose much other important things. We'll leave our hill giant behind to die from disease and maybe recruit some archers before we fully exit this place. But that's the ballista, guys. We've done it. We've taken her out at her final port. That shows you how to take out a big enemy that has a lot of garbage, potentially. Our plan didn't work how we expected, but it worked at the end of the day. You can go take this out, Frosty. And we'll send our Lenorns around just to take out these dwarves. We could go attack this with trolls and maybe do a little better, although we could also take some losses from that. Buy some wolfkins here. Plenty of money right now, although that will change very soon, and we want to stop trading so heavily probably in a minute. And we'll start, I think we'll start sweeping the Priest King, seeing their large stack has run up here. Most of this stuff we can sweep pretty easily. This will be a little difficult, but our Lenorns, we could run up here and take this. I've forgotten about this guy, maybe on multiple occasions. They've built another pillar here from where we destroyed it nearby, which I don't love. But we want to start taking this guy's stuff out. He actually might lose this fight unless he has terror or fear, which can make these guys run away pretty easily. Although those guys are magic-resistant trolls, so probably not as easily as they might expect. Vidar could go raid. He could just go take this town. That'll probably be what Vidar does. And then I think we're going to send our Lenorns spread across the map, because one of the things we can do is spread Lenorns out and start scavenging everything. Like a Lenorn would kill this army, just because he would shoot at them with poison. Their stuff would die too quickly. They don't have any poison resistance, like they could potentially get with that Bless. The Scourge Lord is actually super interesting. I'm sad that we had a bug in our campaign that didn't let us see the full extent of what a Bless could get to, because we probably would have kept hitting the button. But we had a bug in that where our Bless eventually had to stop. I won't spoil anything else about it, but definitely one of the weirder factions that if a newer player would just be totally, like, probably upset about in terms of their level 3 stuff being like, oh, this stuff sucks. But their level 3 stuff isn't what makes the faction good, except for one particular unit that works off of another mechanic. I won't spoil it, but if you want to watch why that faction has so much potential and you don't know the answer already, go check it out, I guess. So Rain can go kill this. I really should just kill these dwarves. Don't like the idea of losing. We have a Scarlet Sister we can recruit, which we certainly will. Jesta. Oh, another bottle of Child's Tears. My god, we're getting lucky on this at this point. Mass Combustion and Combustion. I love that. And she'll probably chill here. We're probably going to build up an army of lake trolls. Vimund will move down to grab that bottle of child's tears from them and just put it on their other troll for now. Don't really need anything else there. If this was a firebrand, that would be better. Since it's a demon whip, we'll just keep it on her. The reason I'd like a firebrand is you can make these guys fire resistant of 50%, which is okay. It's not crazy, but it works. Dar will go here. He'll probably just take that town back, but we'll scavenge as he's not attacking us. He's going to have a bunch of Scourge Ants running around. Scourge Ants are no fun. Scourge Ants are no fun for anyone. You and our Goblin Shaman will go up here. We intend to retake this either with our free spawn or this guy. And then we'll start having plans to deal with the Warlock and our other friend. It feels like we're making significant progress again, to where we might be able to end this next time depending on how things go. We'll let this proceed. Clunk. This guy actually has some free spawn with him. Free spawn on those guys wandering around might not be a bad idea if you can get a free spawn thing. You get the book that summons unlimited imps. I would definitely suggest that for stuff like that. Those imps would also help in the big fight against the Priest King with his big stack. Although he might get into some trouble. They might fight each other. Although I doubt it. The AI tends to avoid big fights with each other because they both prioritize staying alive, it seems like. And so they tend to avoid those a little more than you might expect. So they've let this tile like stay alive for one more turn and then die because they built that pillar on it. As the land tries to heal, tries to free itself of the burden of the Scourge Lord. Could send 2 Lenorns here for the funsies. I think they die though. Well, actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little funny move in a minute here. We're gonna send the big Lenorm army just to show you what they can do against the dwarves. Now this, showing you this, you know, once we get rid of all the archers, most of these guys will just die to poison super quickly. They don't have a lot of firepower in this army, and we'll swarm over them. We're going to get congested at the gate area, but that's fine, because our poison breath will mean that they get hurt. But we're also going to run over the wall, so this is like 1, 2, 3-ish Lenorns that can run up on these walls. More could run up on like something like this and be pretty brutal. This faction has a particular tenacity against walls. Walls don't mean so much, unless you have a big caster on them like we saw with the High Priestess. I say I want these slingers, kind of, but at the same time... See, like, a giant stack of these slingers could kill a bunch of elementals in an army, but they have those wheels in their big army, so I don't know if that's worth it. And the reason they do that is because ethereal is good, is good against small attacks, but so many small little pebbles hitting them and them having no armor would eventually crush them. We'll take this temple from the Priest King. This could be a little dicey because the catapult might hit our giant, but he's not doing too much for us right now. So we have 2 bottles of children's tears. We'll proceed this way. We see another fortress next to a lake. We want to grab it to up our amount of lake trolls we can get. Because I think that does increase their spawn rate. It has to, right? Has to. Nearing the end of the episode, though. Probably end with that big Lenorn fight. Probably name this after the Priest King, or the Priestess, and taking her out. Since the Priest King has not been our main focus, actually, where we thought it was going to be next episode. Okay, he did take a hit from the catapult pretty heavily. Taking that out. Oof! Yikes, Dwarf Warriors. Takes him out pretty heftily, though. Took a little bit of damage. And this could be a major folly with the Lenorms. I'm pretty confident they'll do it from what I know about them. And what I've seen them in battle doing. Dwarves are particularly bad against them because of their low HP pools and lack of poison resistance, so I think we're going to go in for it. They might take wounds, though, which I don't love, but hey. So, oh, we can fit more. So maybe 4 going up here, it looks like? Do we even want to put Frosty in there? Frosty could raid the rest of them. Yeah, we'll keep... Well, Frosty might fire beams in the back, potentially, depending on how this formation works. Take a spider tribe village. I need to find a swamp. Wish there was a witch back here who had swamped all these farms. Pretty valuable. No such luck. We've retaken our old forest. Or our ancient forest, I should call it. Start building up units all along here. This guy will get an army. We should start focusing on Lenorm casting, though, at this point. We need a big army of them. That and magic users will be our warlock casting. But this is our final turn. So we blast these guys. This isn't a big deal. Their fire shield might hurt, but who knows if they'll get that off in time, really. Doesn't look like it. Yep, and that's another dead army. So that's good for us. Good news bears. Now we get to see this mess. We're going to take some early wounds. If Runes of Confusion works, that would be deadly. But I think mostly we'll be okay. Once we get into physical combat with this lady, she'll die pretty quick. And then we just have these basic dudes, and look at this. These are some dead dwarves. Now, he's taking hits, but they do sweep attack. You know, we'll start to get more wounds here, or more wounding on our guys as they get swarmed by dwarves. I think we've got enough Lenorms here to where they can just really outpace with their sweeping attack and their poison. Anything these guys are going to bring to the table. Yep. I don't think we took any more wounds than we had, besides HP damage. But that's our final turn. So, let's just watch this. As we kill a cloud. This guy's coming back this direction. Spring, and with spring comes our saving. You may have seen me staring at the screen a lot this episode. I don't know if my eyes are messed up or something. I have bad vision generally, but I'm having trouble seeing some stuff. But, thank you for watching. Like, comment, all that business. Next time, we'll try and wrap things up. I can't promise that episode will be the final one. But I hope you keep watching. I hope you watch our other stuff, including our D&D shorts. They're always little funny, tiny snippets that you can enjoy. The playlist should pop up on the screen. Other than that, again, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. As I hope my internet and power don't go out simultaneously and then staggerly come back on. So, yeah, we'll see you later, guys.